Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Regenerative Life Wayne 69, coming to you from his suburban home where I do container gardening, aquaponics, container fruit trees, and solar. And today is a Monday, I believe it's the 24th, and it's in the 40s here. It's in the 40s, a very unseasonal, chilly day here in Houston. Normally it's warmer than this time of year here in our zone. As I'm sitting here, got the nice warm fire going behind me, burning some logs. I'm drinking some tea. I actually added my own turmeric, I'm saying that right, that I grew this year. And I also grew ginger root. I added that to my tea. And added some organic raw honey to my tea also. So it's important to put the right things in our body, especially during this time of this bug virus, super bug virus, as it continues to mutate and keep our immune system strong. And as you can see, today I've been busy working indoors on my DIY 48 volt 3000 KSW KWH, I should say, kilowatt hour grow watt inverter journey. I got the grow watt mounted on a dolly. The dolly has a capacity to handle 600 pounds, so I'm nowhere near it with this. I got it all mounted on here nice, and now I'm just waiting for a metal box I ordered off of eBay that I'm going to be putting the 48 volt 5.2 kilowatt LifePo EGL4 battery and that I going to be getting from Signature Solar. I also got this grow watt inverter from Signature Solar. Check them out. They're a local Texas company. I should say local state company here in Texas. They're up north from Houston, and I'm buying all my equipment from them for this solar DIY solar generator build. So then I'm thinking about installing a breaker box over here, and then installing a four plug outlet box underneath it, and so forth. So I'm thinking about doing that as I think about the design, how I'm going to do this. And then once I get everything done and I get the battery hooked up to the inverter, I'll have 5.12 kilowatts. That's 5,000 watts of power, a little bit over 5,000 watts of power. I'm only going to add one battery to this. You can hook up as many batteries as you want to this, but I want to keep it, I don't want to make it too heavy to where I can't move it. So I'm going to add one battery to this, and that'll give me a little bit over 5,000 watts of capacity, storage capacity in that battery for this system. And I'm looking forward to it because, as I was saying before, if I was to just buy the plug-and-play systems, say for instance, some of the systems that are have a capacity of 1,000 watt hours. Some of those plug and play generators that have capacity of only 1,000 kilowatt hours of power are like between, man, they're expensive. Between, from what I've seen, between $800 all the way up to $1,300 just for 1,000 kilowatt hours of capacity, battery capacity. And with one battery, one of the EG4 batteries, lithium batteries from Sinister Solar, you get 5,000 kilowatt hours of storage capacity, which is, 5 of those generators, and for less than one third the cost. Less than one third the cost. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I'm not a rich guy, and although I love the plug and play power generators that are out, I have an Energizer, I have another one, and I love them. But I'm looking at getting the best bang for my buck. As much capacity as I can get for my dollar. So for me to keep going out and spending much more money buying the very, very nice plug and plays, I love them. I wish I could afford to buy a whole bunch of them, but I can't. I'm not rich. I'm not trying to pretend to be rich. So me doing my own DIY system is just the way to go for me. And then buy a few of the smaller plug and play solar generators to piggyback off this system, plug them into this system for charging, and then I can move the smaller ones throughout the house to power whatever I need in the house and so forth. I can use this big system to power all the heavier appliances also if I have a grid down situation. And my plan is to do not only just one of these, but maybe to do 3 of these total. So I can have one, for the living room, one in the garage, and another one, so that'll give me 15,000 capacity, kilowatt hour capacity of stored solar energy. That's a lot. And that would be 3 batteries, 3 of those LifePo batteries, 4 batteries for Sinister Solar. So that's my long-term goal. And having these on this dolly is awesome because I can move them around. They're easy to move around on the dolly and so forth. And I'm looking forward. I'm taking my time because I'm new to this. I'm new to this DIY stuff. I want to make sure I do it right and do it safe. And so I'm taking my time building this. So, and when it's done, I think it'll be worth all. So, and I want to talk about something else too. I'm talking about. I was watching the evening news and watching the stock market did very bad today, and I knew that was coming because of inflation is so bad. Everything's up. The prices of cars are at a historical high. The price for propane heating for propane is high. It's at a 40-year high. Inflation's at a 40-year high, and I'm thinking about people up north. Most of my family's up north in the Midwest. A lot of my friends are up north, and it's getting to be a very cold winter, and this weather is crazy. Global warming is real, and I'm thinking about all the money they have to pay to heat their homes and so forth. And then, I went grocery shopping the other day, and I couldn't find a lot of the things that I wanted. I couldn't buy them in bulk, like the cranberry juice that I wanted to buy. I won't say the brand. I don't know. They don't like that on YouTube. So, from what I understand, but the very popular uh, uh, brand, it's named after the ocean. I'll say that. Cranberry juice. I normally buy 8 of them at a time. They only had two gallon containers of the cranberry juice in the whole freaking store. It was crazy. And we're not going to talk about the price of meat, how meat's gone up. Insane. I don't eat a whole lot of red meat now, and I'm glad I don't. And because the price of the steak and so forth, and ground beef is past the ceiling right now. So, and as I'm watching these politicians talk from the White House on down, they don't have a solution, people. They really don't have a solution for all of these problems, from the shipping problems we're having, the major shipping breakdown of transporting all of our goods, from electronics to food to everything. They want to. They're authorizing 18-year-olds to be able to drive big rigs now. Normally, it's the age is 21, from what I understand, and they're so desperate to get more truckers, that they're passing the law saying that 18-year-olds can drive big rigs. Will that be safe? Me personally, I don't have a problem with it. I went into the military and served my country at 18 years old. And I drove billion-dollar ships at 18 years old. Ships that are multi-billion-dollar naval vessels at that age. So, and operated a lot of equipment at 18 years. So I don't have a problem with it. No, I don't have a problem with it. If we can send our young men and women to die for our country at 18, I mean, hell, we sure can allow them to drive big rigs at 18. So I don't see a problem. A lot of people might, but I don't. So as we go along through this journey of winter, they say it's going to get colder. We don't know. It's up and down. The weatherman can't even predict the weather anymore. I call them the weatherman because they can't, they really can't predict the weather anymore, because the weather is so unpredictable and up and down, and it changes so quickly that it's not even predictable anymore. So as we all go through this period, I'm learning more for myself that I have to be more prepared. So I'm learning to be a prepper. I'm buying stuff in bulk. I'm going to be learning how to can here pretty soon. On my solar journey, I'm learning all this. I have all these journeys that are going to make me more self-sufficient and regenerative, from producing my own energy to growing my own food to recycling, which is very important. I'm getting away from using all that toxic plastic and so forth. And the most important thing is I'm learning how to meditate, open my mind more, to be able to accept all this information that is coming in from all my journeys, from people like yourself who are the experts out here on solar and farming and growing your own food and all this other stuff. I'm in a quiet mode, to where I'm like a sponge. I'm trying to soak up everything, all this knowledge that I can. I'm being self-critical of myself, and I'm humbling myself down. So in order to learn, I've learned in my 52 years on on this planet is you have to humble yourself, and you have to be able to listen to people who are experts in all of these different things I spoke of in order to learn. So right now, I'm learning. I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. And I'm absorbing all the knowledge I can from all these different sources. Like one of the people who I consider a mentor, especially in my solar journey, is Will Prowse. Hope I'm saying his name right. Will Prowse. This young man is the GOAT when it comes to DIY, everything solar. So as an older person, sometimes we think we know it all and we think we can't learn from younger people. Well, I'm telling you, you're wrong. If you're an older person in your 40s, 50s, and above, and you think you know it all and you can't learn from this younger generation, especially with technology, you're basically putting your feet in quicksand before you can even start, especially when it comes to technology. Because these young people, they're raised with this stuff. I wasn't raised with all this technology we have now. So humble yourself, listen to these young experts on this stuff, be quiet, listen to them, talk to them, and you will learn a lot. I'm learning that. I'm learning a lot from young people when it comes to technology and so forth. So as I sitting here drinking my tea, manifesting my journeys, which is, you have to manifest things. You have to speak things into life. I've learned that too. I'm speaking things into life with my solar and my growing my food and my mental health and physical health and spiritual health, all that. So you have to manifest it. You have to have positive thinking. So I'm very elated today because, look, I've gotten this far on my own. And if you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want to. I'm learning that. And I'm also teaching my younger 10-year-old daughter that. You're never too old to learn new things. You can teach an old dog, new tricks. You can do that. So as I sit here enjoying the warm fire behind me, and so forth, I'm going to go ahead and watch a lot of your YouTube channels and learn some more about solar, growing food, and so forth, and hope you'll learn something from me too. I think that we as people, especially as we go through this crisis we're having, this food shortage, this global warming, that we all have humility and help each other, share the knowledge and so forth. Because knowledge is more important than giving someone something. Like that old saying goes, you can give a man a fish, he only eats for one day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for life. And that's what I want to do. I want to eat for life. I've never been a person who likes to be given stuff. I'd rather for you to give me the knowledge and show me how to build it, how to grow it, so I can eat for life. And then I can pass that knowledge on as wisdom. So, and I can have humility and compassion. So, as this superbug continues to go on, as our politicians continue to fail us, it's pushed me more and more to be more regenerative in all my journeys, from solar to growing my own food to everything else. Because when the grid goes down, whether it's in the winter or summer, when a crisis comes up that affects the food supply chain, no one is coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to save us. So we have to learn how to save ourselves, our village, our community. You know, they say people think you need a bunch of acreage to have a homestead. You don't. You got to start where you are. I'm starting where I am, in my backyard, in my home. One day I hope to have a few acres, and I'm pretty sure I will. That's another journey I'm starting, here and abroad. And but you don't need a whole lot of land to grow a whole lot of food. I'm learning that, and you can start where you are. So, and me myself, I don't plan on being a farmer to sell food. I'm more of a homesteader, growing for myself, for my own consumption, for my family consumption. I'm not looking into getting a bunch of acreage to grow a lot of food and make money off of it. I don't want to grow food for profit. I put it to you that way. I'm growing food and for my own personal consumption and storage and so forth. And I'm enjoying these journeys. So with that, this is Regenerative Life Wayne 69. Subscribe to my channel. I'll do more update videos as I go on these journeys as I finish this, my first DIY solar car here, and I'll start doing more of these videos on everything. So this is Regenerative Life Wayne 69. Please subscribe to my channel, share it. I'm signing out. Have a beautiful day. And again, before you light your fireplace, make sure it's inspected and clean. I'll say